Let's take our seats. Come on in, everybody. Let's get seated. So it's time to celebrate our annual Recording Endowment program. I'm sure most of you know that endowment was started by Lynda Cohen and Robert Grappel. It has been going on now for, golly, I don't even know how many years, but a long time. And of course, we lost Bob and Lynda both this past year. So it's a sad time as well. But we're going to celebrate it in the best way we know how, first of all with a little music and then with some emphasis on the winner for last year. And then we're all going to have cake. And I'm sure Bob and Lynda would be smiling down from above at all of that. To get us started, though, Gretchen Barron wrote a song that she wants to dedicate to the memory of Bob and Lynda. We thought that would be a good way to start the program. So, Gretchen?
So 5 years ago, just coming out of the pandemic and lockdown, I was new to the auto harp, and I Googled auto harp and folk music, and little did I know that I would find MLAG. And I was looking for tools and tips and techniques and help, and what I really found was this wonderful community that is like none other in the whole world. I'm sure that you all feel that way too. And a very big part of that community for me was Lynda Cohen and Bob Grappel, who took me into their heart and into their home and supported me and loved me in so many ways, as I know they did you. And we will forever be indebted to their generosity and their love and their commitment to the auto harp community. And so I wrote this song a few years ago after attending my very first live in-person MLAG gathering. And I'd like to dedicate it this morning to the memory of Lynda and Bob. It's called Mountain Laurel Magic. There is magic in the air. We have waited far too long, with friends some old and some brand new, to share our hearts in song as we gather here this week, where the mountain laurels bloom. We bring our harps and share our hearts as we gather in this room. time so quickly goes as the music from us flows. But there is so much more that we come here searching for as we gather where the mountain laurels grow. When we leave, we aren't the same. We have shared our lives in word and song. May we hold this magic in our hearts and bring it back to sing as we gather where the mountain laurels bloom in spring.
Thank you, Gretchen. We also want to honor Bob and Lynda in a different way. We did the other night, but I think Greg Averitt has a little more to say on the subject, and I think we'd all love to hear it.
Oh, that was a touching opening to what I have to share. Thank you, Gretchen. It was unexpected and too soon that we lately bade farewell to the irreplaceable presences in our auto harp community and in our hearts. The irrepressible Lynda Cohen and her devoted husband, Robert Grappel. They were most often encountered as a pair, he the yin to her inseparable yang. Bob was quiet, thoughtful, reflective, and genuinely interested in the opinions of others, and with a sense of humor on the wry side. Lynda was a bundle of energy and ideas, spirited and animated, enthusiastic, friendly to a fault, and quick to laugh at any joke. She enjoyed friendships, associations, and socializing. Bob was sensitive to others' needs and quick to step in personally with help, tutoring, or if need be, financially. Lynda was engaging and caring, always looking for ways to be helpful and involved. Lynda truly wanted to be a positive influence in the world, and this trait of generosity undoubtedly guided her in a lifelong philanthropic generosity and involvement. Under the auspices of the Mountain Laurel Auto Harp Gathering, Lynda and Bob annually sponsored a recording endowment, generously underwriting the expense of preparing, recording, and releasing initial albums for aspiring and promising auto harp artists, which brings us here today. Their philanthropic contributions were directed wherever they saw a need, including many instances of anonymous assistance, some spontaneous, some well thought out and ongoing that supported the auto harp community or needy individuals in it, and generosity in other measures that exceeded any possible expression of gratitude. She and Bob were strong supporters and attendees at all the major and some not so major auto harp festivals and events. Their influential contributions, dynamic presence, and enthusiastic participation was impossible to overlook. Bob was deeply involved with most major auto harp festivals across the country, certainly as a participant, sometimes as an organizer, and often as a workshop leader, contest competitor, or open stage performer. As a longtime staff writer, he regularly contributed classical and other music articles to the Auto Harp Quarterly, and also taught classes at festivals and during MLAG cruises. Succeeding as a two-time finalist in the Mountain Laurel Auto Harp Championship, Bob was frequently a determined entrant in auto harp contests, never failing to entertain the audience with impressive and technically difficult pieces. Lynda shouldered folk festival involvement along with Bob. She also joined him on stage, and together they were two-time winners of Mountain Laurel's Leonard Reed Open Stage Performance Award. They were both also invariable and enthusiastic participants in after-hour jamming. Bob most recently volunteered his editorial skills in researching, collecting, collating, and writing the considerable history of the Mountain Laurel Auto Harp Gathering in an entertaining publication titled History of a Gathering. And if you don't have it, I urge you to get your hands on a copy. Lynda, among her other talents, was a chef of considerable accomplishment, and I can assure you her delectable contributions were to the board and performers' hospitality kitchen during our years at Little Buffalo, and their catered food was sumptuous. Despite their examples of selflessness, Bob and Lynda's greatest contribution to the community was each other. We cannot miss them when in their company, and now we cannot help but miss them in their absence. Their heavenly stars will long shine on us.